After chasing Victor for 10 years, I finally felt completely bored. I gave up on him and started dating Can, who liked me. Can set off fireworks all night long across the city and bought an island to propose to me. But on the eve of our wedding, he disappeared. When I found him, I heard him mocking someone. I only chased Lillian to spite Victor. Once I got him, I found him boring. But I wasn't willing to give up. So I ran away from the wedding to make him look bad. Isn't that fun? So I ran away first, making him the laughingstock of the city. Later, I heard that Ethan, who was full of pride, searched all over Washington, D.C., but couldn't find his missing bride. A month before the wedding, Suan disappeared, and I searched the entire city but couldn't find him. On the 7th day of his disappearance, I received news that he had appeared in Chicago. I flew there immediately. On a ship, I finally saw him. As I was about to knock on the door, I heard his mocking laughter. I only chased Lillian to spite Victor on purpose. Once I got her, it just felt pointless. I stopped in my tracks. He didn't seem drunk, he was wide awake. So, some harsh words came out of his mouth, and after tasting her, I found her pretty boring. A suggestive laugh echoed around us. Only Zhou Yi could have won over such a high-class woman. Zhou Yincan seemed to enjoy the flattery and continued. Don't look at how she chased Victor like her life depended on it. She's too pure. What a waste. What a waste. Zhou Yinsuan slowly exhaled a puff of smoke. What a pity. I may be her first man, but I'm not the first man she ever loved. She loved Victor for 10 years. Who knows if her heart is truly clean now? If it weren't for the fact that Victor is my sworn enemy, and I wanted to win Lillian over to spite him, I wouldn't have had to put on this act of the devoted, silent lover. Someone joked. You've been with her for 3 years, and now you're starting to feel regret. Zhou Yinsuan looked annoyed and said coldly, It's because I chased her for so long that I feel so bitter. Someone in the crowd continued. I heard she's been looking for you everywhere. Almost going crazy. You've been gone for so many days. Are you okay? Zhou Yinsuan took a drag on his cigarette, exhaled a cloud of smoke, and sneered. Running away from the wedding to make her look bad, isn't that fun? I saw no trace of guilt, pity, or love in his expression. Only the satisfaction of revenge. Only the joy of finally waiting for this day. My fingertips dug into the palm of my hand, and my heart felt like it was being pierced by needles. Pain so intense it left me breathless. I always thought Zhou Yinsuan would be my salvation and my destination. I made sure my feelings for him were not just admiration but genuine affection before agreeing to him. That day, he was so happy he set off fireworks that lit up the entire city. After 3 years together, he bought an island in my name and proposed to me, with sky lanterns filling the sky. I thought it was love. It was romantic. Little did I know, it was all a scheme he orchestrated to revenge Victor. So, all those years of deep affection and help were just an act? In a daze, I recalled some past events. When I was 12, I was brought back to the Su family from a small town in the south, feeling anxious and insecure. At the time, Victor had only stepped in to protect me from bullies, and I fell hopelessly in love with him. I chased after him until everyone knew about it, but he despised me deeply. Later, I finally felt it was pointless and gave up on him. I noticed Zhou Yincan, who had been quietly watching over me all along. That night, it was raining heavily, and he kept holding the umbrella for me. He said, Lillian, I don't ask you to see me. I only ask that you be free and follow your heart from now on. How ridiculous. I swept my heart clean and welcomed Zhou Yincan into my life. As I gradually succumbed to his tenderness, as I began to fantasize about our sweet future together, Little did I know that I was giving him the opportunity to inflict agony on my heart. One stab at a time. Blood flowing freely. A bitter taste rose to my nose. And pain welled up in my eyes. A tear fell, which I quickly wiped away. The voices inside me continued, all offering advice for him, to take revenge on a woman. What could be more satisfying than making her fall from the peak of happiness into the depths of despair? Yes. So Zhou Xiao. You should go back. You should go back to help her pick out a wedding dress. Accompany her to send out the invitations. And act as if nothing has happened. Then, on the day of the wedding, leave her alone to face the embarrassment. I dare you to bet that Lillian will go mad. All disgusting laughter. I suppressed the nausea and waited for Zhou Yanxuan's reply. I so wanted to hear him say, "Stop joking around. I love Lillian." Or, "This is too harsh for a girl." But after a long silence, I heard Zhou Yanxuan's calm voice agree, That's a good idea. Let's do it." Boundless anger pressed down on me, almost suffocating me. I forced out a wretched smile, but tears still flowed freely. "Zhou Yancan, do you want to play games? Then I'll play along. I'd love to see the expression on your face on the day of the wedding when you discover I've eloped." I erased all traces of my trip to Chicago and returned to the wedding room I shared with Zhou Yancan. I took out all the gifts he had given me over the years and cut them to pieces one by one. How strange. I wasn't thinking about anything. So why were there still so many tears falling? I once heard a saying, "A broken heart is like rheumatism. During the day, it's sunny and you feel fine. But at night, the dampness seeps into your bones. And the pain is excruciating." Perhaps this is just my withdrawal reaction. I stood up and laid the custom-made wedding dress flat on the ground. Without expression, I used scissors to cut a tear in it. I needed to remind myself. Feelings are the same. Once a crack appears, no matter how you try to mend it, it can never return to its original state. After packing everything away, I placed these items in the study, a room Zhou Yanxuan rarely entered. Lying in bed unable to sleep, I came across a post from someone I might recognize while scrolling through short videos. The name was The One Who Loves Ian. Without thinking, I clicked on it. It was a girl's record of her unrequited love for a boy. The latest post showed her location in Chicago. The caption read, "The man I've loved for 10 years is getting married next month. I want to muster the courage to confess my feelings. Please cheer me on." In the photo she posted, I saw a familiar hand. The ring finger was still wearing a wedding ring. That was Zhou Yancan. I didn't receive a message from Zhou Yancan, but I did receive a call from Victor. Guess who I ran into in Chicago? Victor. I don't care. Stop calling me from different numbers. As I was about to hang up, I heard the triumph in his voice. "Lillian, why do you still not understand why Zhou Yancan disappeared for so long? He doesn't want to marry you. He resents that you pursued me. He only approached you to get back at me. He's not someone worth trusting. What are you trying to say?" I'm getting impatient. "Lillian, at least there's no other girl besides you who's liked me for 10 years. I sat up and raised my voice. "Victor, you're doing this on purpose, aren't you? 5 years have passed, and you're still so eager to meddle in our relationship. But I'm telling you, no matter what, this is my choice. I'm willing to take the risk and accept the consequences. I won't look back." Victor paused for a moment before answering off topic. "I sent you something. You'll be interested." After hanging up, I received a video. In the dim light, a girl stood face to face with Zhou Yancan. He exhaled a smoke ring, his expression as casual as ever. Amidst the cheers, the girl tiptoed up and kissed his lips. And he didn't move away. The video ended there. I opened the girl's social media account. She had updated her status. How can this not be a success? The photo was of the two of them kissing. I felt so sick I ran to the bathroom and vomited for a long time. Only then did I realize I hadn't eaten all day. What could I possibly vomit up? The stomach pain made me convulse uncontrollably. I forced myself to endure the pain and collapsed onto the bed, curling into a ball. Suddenly, I remembered when Jo and I had just confirmed our relationship. I had wanted to see the stars on the mountaintop in the middle of the night. He didn't ask a single question, indulging my whim, and drove me to the mountaintop in the dead of night. It was cool in the middle of the night, and he held me gently, his body heat transferring to mine. He leaned down and asked softly, "The moonlight is so beautiful. Lillian, can I kiss you?" It was all over. I drifted in and out of sleep until midnight, when I heard noises in the living room. Cold sweat poured down my body, and I had no strength to get up. The next moment, the bedroom light turned on. The blinding light made it impossible for me to open my eyes. I heard Jo-Yin's anxious voice, "Lily, what's wrong?" At 7 a.m. I woke up in the hospital, seeing Jo-Yin holding my hand, looking haggard as if he had stayed by my side all night. I felt a surge of guilt. He stood up to get me some water. "You're in such a state because I wasn't here? Your stomach has always been weak. Are you trying to kill yourself?" He scolded me. "Look how ridiculous this is. For the past week, I couldn't eat or sleep, and I lost 5 pounds. I kept thinking maybe Jo-Yin had offended someone in business and was kidnapped. I was terrified, couldn't sleep at night, and cried myself to sleep. But he was out having fun with another girl, kissing her. Not saying anything?" Jo-Yin smiled, pinched my face, and said, "You know I'll punish you, right? Come on, get up and eat something. Your husband stayed up all night to cook porridge for you." He acted as if nothing had happened, helped me up, and fed me spoonful by spoonful. Several times, I wanted to ask him, "Jo-Yin, acting, are you tired?" Or tell him, "Jo-Yin, I heard your conversation. If you don't want to marry me, we can cancel the wedding right now. We haven't registered yet anyway." But I forced myself to swallow it down. I also wanted to know, after loving him for so many years, why was he treating me like this? Was it because I had once liked someone else that I didn't deserve his love? "Sweetheart, why are you crying?" He put down his bowl and hurriedly wiped away my tears. "I was wrong. Husband. I was wrong. Okay?" I lowered my eyes, slowly closed them, and found myself in Jo-Yin's embrace. He gently stroked my back and began to explain, "Baby, I'm sorry for worrying you. I was just a little too excited, knowing that I was going to marry you. I couldn't believe it at first. I was afraid it was a dream, so I wanted to snap myself out of it. I'm sorry I didn't tell you earlier. Will you forgive me?" "You're lying. There are only 20 days left until our wedding. I'll stay home and spend all my time with you, making you the most beautiful bride. Is that okay?" "But Jo-Yin, we don't have a future." He wiped the tears from my cheeks with his fingertips. "Those almond-shaped eyes would make you feel so deeply loved when they looked at you. I'm going out for a smoke. We'll leave the hospital later." Perhaps Jo-Yin trusted me too much. Or maybe he wasn't afraid I'd overthink it. After all, he was just fulfilling his friend's request and putting on a show of deep affection. So I picked up his phone, which had been buzzing with messages. The password was my birthday. I'd always known it, but I'd never checked before. I opened the phone, and there were lots of messages from a girl with a peach blossom as her profile picture. She'd added me yesterday. "A Yen-gu. Coming home so late? You should go rest early. I heard a Yen-gu is getting married. Can you send me an invitation? I want to share in your happiness." I saw you holding your stomach when I got off the plane. Are you feeling unwell? I stayed up all night to cook you some congee for your stomach. Quick. Tell me I'm great. He hadn't replied to any of the previous messages. Only this one. He replied, deliver it to this address. I glanced at the pink thermos on the table and felt nauseous again. The girl continued sending messages. Are you sick? Is it serious? Should I come to the hospital to stay with you? If you finish the porridge, I'll go cook more. Yen. Take care of yourself. I've been sitting in the lobby all night. My legs are numb, and my period is making my stomach hurt so much. I turned off my phone and set the messages to unread. Then I got out of bed. In the lobby, I saw Can as expected, and the young girl from yesterday. Through the crowd, I watched them chatting and laughing. The girl was dancing around, her ponytail bouncing up and down. I don't know what they were talking about, but she puckered her lips, touched her stomach, and When reached out to rub her hair. For a moment, I felt like I was spying on someone else's mistress. From last night's kiss to today's hair rubbing, it seems like Suan really likes her. Well, of course. Who wouldn't like someone who quietly takes care of them, doesn't ask for anything in return, and is completely devoted to them? I laughed sarcastically. I turned and walked to the corner, but saw Victor. He stepped out of the shadows, his gaze dark as he looked in Suan's direction. This is the rival you picked for me? I looked him straight in the eye. Don't flatter yourself. Lillian, why didn't you pursue me back then? I felt a bit confused. I chased him for 10 years, wasn't that enough? Ever since I stopped pursuing him, he's been constantly trying to remind me of his existence. He probably never truly liked me. He's just as resentful as Can, unwilling to accept his fate. Are you really going to marry him? Victor asked me. I tugged at my lips. Mind your own business. I've given up on you long ago. I really don't want to see you. We passed each other by. Victor asked. Even if he has someone else, you don't care? I do. I pressed my hand against my heart. It hurt a little, but I knew that one day, it would get better. Only 20 days left. Lillian. Hold on. On the way home with Suan, I told him that I accidentally ruined the custom-made wedding dress. Does this mean something bad is going to happen? I quietly observed his expression. He just furrowed his brow slightly, then turned his head and held my hand. Smiling as gently as ever, let's go look at the wedding dress again tomorrow. Okay? That dress took half a year to make. Designed by my favorite designer. One of a kind. It was just returned a week ago, and it looked great on me. Suan happened to be away and hadn't seen me wear it yet. I don't want it anymore. Do you regret it? I don't regret it. Suan. Are you playing games? This is just the beginning. The next day, we went to pick out a new wedding dress. But the ready-made ones didn't fit well at all. I deliberately made Suan accompany me for the whole day. But we couldn't find a suitable one. On the way back, I sighed, what a pity. It's all my fault for being careless. Suan smiled, it's okay. Take your time. I stared into his eyes. Suan. The wedding dress is ruined. Maybe we shouldn't get married after all? Suddenly, he slammed on the brakes, and I was thrown forward by inertia. I collided with Suan's hand, and he protected me. Are you okay? I shook my head. I pretended to ask. What's wrong? I was just joking. He gripped my hand tightly and hugged me. Baby, I can't handle this joke. Don't you know how long I've been waiting for this day? Really? But Suan, wasn't this something we agreed on? You were supposed to help me pick out the wedding dress, write the invitations, and create happy memories together. and then stabbed me in the back. I was just helping you create an opportunity. What are you afraid of? That night, as soon as the door closed, before I could even take off my shoes, Jo-Yin-Suan embraced me against the cabinet in the entranceway. His scorching body pressed tightly against mine, and kisses rained down on me. He was desperate to release his emotions. I dodged him and gently pushed him away. Jo-Yin-Suan, I'm uncomfortable. I don't want to do this. My words, like an arrow on the string, were deflected by my words, causing his body to stiffen. He seemed to be trying to see something on my face. After a moment, he sighed, hugged me, and placed his hand gently on my stomach, rubbing it softly. Does your stomach still hurt? I didn't nod or shake my head. His kiss landed on my hair. Sit down for a while. I'll take a shower and cook dinner for you. The phone was flashing beside me. I unlocked it and saw a message from that girl. Yen. I haven't received your invitation yet. Be good. JPG. By the way, Mrs. Joe asked me to go to your company tomorrow. I got my resume through. I'm so good. I hope everything goes well so I can see you every day and bring you lunch. I'll make it myself. I gently put it back. Then I opened my wedding preparation diary. I wrote, 19 days until the wedding. Today, Yen and I went to pick out a wedding dress. It's such a pity that none of them fit. Maybe it's because I've lost too much weight recently. But it doesn't matter. Just thinking about becoming her bride makes me so happy. He feels the same way, right? Scrolling up, I added the little things that had happened recently. Wedding countdown, 30 days. Yen went missing, and I couldn't find him. I kept looking at our wedding venue plans on my tablet and cried all night until my eyes swelled up. Wedding countdown, 20 days. Yen came back. I'm so weak. Did I push him too hard and make him feel anxious before the wedding? It's my fault. I shouldn't have done that. I just love him so much. These words will be the most heartbreaking gift I ever give him. The wedding dress was eventually chosen by Jo-Yin-Suan. He said we'd make do with this one for now. But he's already paid a master tailor a fortune to custom make a new one for when we get married on the island. Oh, that island was bought by Jo-Yin-Suan when he proposed to me. And he named it after me. How ironic. When he proposed, he said he was the one who finally got what he wanted. Now, as we're about to get married, he's the one who wants to call off the wedding and humiliate me. Jo-Yin-Suan, tell me, is it really that hard to find a true heart in this world? I saw that girl's latest update again, work sorted out. Brother Yen is keeping me by his side. One step closer to my idol. Hee hee. The photo was a sneaky shot of Jo-Yin-Suan at a meeting. I screenshotted everything. And wrote, 17 days until the wedding. The moon over the sea is the moon in the sky. The person before my eyes is the one in my heart. But few know that the next line of the poem is, the heart has always been that of a spectator. Yet how can one be the actor in the play? It's just a fleeting dream. I insist on weaving a happy dream for him, then letting him fall into the abyss. So over the past week, I've had Jo-Yin-Suan accompany me to do many things. For the wedding details, I didn't participate at all this time. I had Jo-Yin-Suan handle everything with the planning company himself. I want him to understand every single step of the process. Even the smallest bouquet of flowers must come from a specific place. I've made him familiar with every minute of the schedule, ensuring he knows exactly what needs to be done at every moment, more thoroughly than I do. He clung to me and whined, "Wife, marrying you is such a huge project." I laughed. Jo-Yin-Suan, with such a big project and all the effort you've put in, you wouldn't run away on the day of the wedding, would you? He fell silent for a moment, saying nothing. After a long pause, he hugged me tightly. Wife, how could I possibly run away? I love you so much. My adorable husband. He still posted in his guys group chat, planning a wedding is such a hassle. So running away on the wedding day would be so much more satisfying. Right? Leaving a mess behind. Embarrassing everyone close to him. That's the revenge Jo-Yin-Suan wanted. I didn't say anything, I just pulled him to write the wedding invitations. Actually, the invitations had already been sent out. But I suggested sending them again to our closest friends. He wrote it himself. And I poured my heart into it. I made him write, "There's hope at sunrise. And memories at sunset. Everything we encounter is sweet." I smiled at him and said, "This is the life I want." He didn't respond because I saw him sending a message to that girl, "The invitation will be sent tomorrow." The girl sent a happy emoji. I wrote, 8 days until the wedding. Will it end happily? Of course not. 6 days before the wedding. The girl updated again, I want to give him my first time. So I won't have any regrets. The photo was a hotel card. At that moment, Jo-Yin-Suan was cooking in the kitchen. I heard his phone ring. He answered it. His expression changed. And he glanced at me. I was sitting in the living room, smiling quietly as I watched him. He turned off the stove and walked to the balcony. When he came out, he was already taking off his apron. There's something urgent at work. I've already cooked dinner. You eat first. I'll be back soon. I smiled and asked him, you're in such a hurry. Are you going on a date with someone? Jo-Yin-Suan avoided my gaze and pinched my cheek. What are you talking about? I really have something urgent to do. He was lying again. I pulled on his sleeve, I'm not feeling well today. Can you stay? Where do you feel unwell? Jo-Yin-Can touched my face. I pointed to my chest, here. He smiled mischievously and kissed my forehead, little liar. Stop teasing me. I'll be back soon. I'll come back early tonight to keep you company. He still had to leave. I hadn't let him touch me for a while. So he must be really eager. After he left, I quietly followed him. Someone who's usually so cautious must have been really anxious not to notice me following him the whole time. He didn't even park properly and forgot to lock the car. I waited outside until midnight. But Jo-Yin-Suan still didn't come out. When Jo-Yin-Suan returned, I pretended to be asleep, hearing the sound of running water in the bathroom. I felt irritated. A lump of anger was stuck in my chest, making me feel suffocated. A moment later, the bed beside me sank deeply, and I was already in his arms. I struggled. Don't move. I want to hug you. He kissed my hair, as if nothing had happened today. But the thought that his body might still carry the scent of another woman's perfume. I felt so sick I wanted to vomit. I clenched the bedsheet tightly, trying to hide my emotions. But I couldn't help but bite his shoulder. I was in so much pain. I needed to vent, or I feared I would go mad. Jo-Yin-Can Winston asked. Honey, what's wrong? Only when I tasted the blood did I let go. He sat up, looking at my pale face with concern. What's wrong with you? Lately, I've felt like something's been off with you. But I can't put my finger on it. What happened? Tell your husband. Okay? Looking at his repulsive face, I took a deep breath. It's nothing. I've just been under a lot of pressure before the wedding. Worried about making a mistake. He hugged me and lay back down. His soft, gentle voice whispering in my ear, I'll be with you through anything. Seeing you suffer hurts me more than anything. I didn't say anything. He continued, baby. What do you think our life will be like after we get married? I don't know. Because we won't get married. He laughed softly. I used to dream about having a future with you. So, you don't appreciate what you have, do you? I imagine you wearing an apron in the kitchen making breakfast. With the morning sunlight streaming onto your cheeks, you'd look so beautiful. I imagine us having 2 children. One like you and one like me. The fruits of our love. And they'll grow up to be wonderful. I want to see your figure every single day. No matter how ordinary. Wife. You asked if I'd run away on our wedding day. How could I ever run away? I want to spend the rest of my life with you, after all. I chased you down myself. Jo-Yin-Suan. Don't act like you're fooling yourself. 3 days before the wedding. I never thought this girl named Clara would come looking for me. When I saw her, I finally remembered who she was. She was a girl that Jo-Yin-Suan's family had sponsored. The girl was quite ambitious. She had studied hard and moved from a small town to a big city. She had secretly harbored feelings for Jo-Yin-Suan. It makes sense. At that age, meeting a handsome, wealthy man who seemed out of reach. This man even saved her from danger. Who wouldn't fall for him? Sister, you've loved someone else for 10 years. But I've only loved Jo-Yin-Suan for 10 years. So please don't keep him for yourself. Okay? She had beautiful features and smiled at me. But I felt no warmth at all. Sister must have seen what I posted. Right? She knew I had seen her social media account. So she smiled again. Sister, you should know we kissed. Slept together. And that we both secretly loved each other. I'm more suited for brother Jo-Yin, aren't I? A heavy weight pressed down on my heart, making it hard to breathe. She taunted me, women always choose men who love them more than they love them. Do you really think he believes you loved someone else for 10 years and could just easily fall in love with him? You've only been with him for 5 years. Right? Jo-Yin-Suan even told her that. Yes. After I stopped pursuing Victor, I stayed in touch with Jo-Yin-Suan as friends for 2 years before confirming our feelings and being together for 3 years. I lowered my eyes and smiled. If you're so confident he'll be with you, then you wouldn't have come to me. Clara's face paled. And she immediately countered, it's just a matter of time. Isn't it? Just like you chose to secretly love him. So the tables will turn. And he'll eventually see the humble, loving me. Because he sees his former self in me. He'll feel sympathy and pity. As long as he's curious about me, I have a chance to win. You, who are in a position of power and love, can't understand that. My palms were already red from where my nails had dug into them. Thinking of Jo-Yin-Can, my heart felt like it was being squeezed by someone. A sharp pain shooting through it. I suppressed the blood rising in my throat and stood up. Looking at her. Speaking slowly. Don't rush. Little sister. What you can't have will always be tempting. You should cherish your position as a secret admirer. Because once you rise to power, the moonlight will turn into rice grains. And the vermilion mole will fade into mosquito blood. I leaned against the car. Took a deep breath. But the frustration in my heart wouldn't subside. The dull pain in my heart turned into a knife twisting inside, causing my hands to tremble slightly. I covered my chest and forced back the tears welling up in my eyes. No. Lillian. Not now. Jo-Yin-Can already feels guilty toward me. It's almost over. During this time, I took him to all the places where we had our firsts and took photos. I gave him a task, to make an album representing the time we spent together. I told him this would be our beautiful memories for the future. Every time he wrote down a location, he paused for a long time. I knew he was reminiscing. His revenge was real. But those feelings were genuine. I intended to use his guilt as a dagger to stab him. Does it hurt? I hurt more than he does. Because in those days, my love was pure. Without a single impurity. But I haven't lost either. Because I loved enough to let go. I just chose the wrong person. When I came back to my senses, there was a bottle of water in front of me. I looked up. And Victor was standing in the sunlight. I saw everything. He said, even if that's the case, are you still going to marry him? I didn't take the water from him. He asked, Do you regret it? Love is an experience. And I don't regret it. Do you want to consider me? He looked at me cautiously. I was almost laughing out of anger. Are all men like this? When you give them your heart, they don't care. But when you take back your obvious affection, they rush to tell you they love you. Victor, I've told you countless times. I don't feel anything for you. Even if I end up breaking up with Can, I won't choose you. Why? In this circle, we're perfectly matched in every way. And we've known each other for so many years. I snorted coldly. So Lillian has to choose between you and Suan? Can't I live without either of you? No. He reached out to grab me. But I dodged him. Then I heard a familiar voice behind me. What are you doing? I turned around. Suan, bathed in sunlight, stood in the shadows. His expression hidden. His gaze dark and icy. He exuded a suppressed yet powerful aura. And punched Victor in the face. Victor reacted in an instant and struck back. Victor, you dare to set your sights on Lillian? Do you think I won't kill you? San's eyes were bloodshot, filled with rage. Victor didn't back down. Stabbing at his heart, Can. What kind of good person are you? Do you dare say you didn't chase after Lillian just to make me jealous? Do you dare say your feelings for her were pure? I lusted after Lillian. But she never responded to me. What about you? Does she know you have a good-looking younger sister? In an instant, Can froze in place. He looked at me in horror. He said, "Wife, listen to me explain." In the car, Can was explaining. He said it was just a young girl who liked him. And seeing her reminded him of himself in the past. There was nothing between them. Suan gripped my hand tightly. I've loved you for so many years. We're about to get married. You have to believe me. His fingers tightened. Which was odd. The waves in my heart were slowly subsiding. I looked at him indifferently. Suan. Maybe we shouldn't get married after all. What? The panic in his eyes didn't seem fake. We're getting married in 3 days. Honey. Don't say such things. Okay? Suan. Do you feel resentful? I smiled faintly. Do you think I chose you because I settled for less? Do you not believe I no longer love Victor? Do you think there's still a place for him in my heart? No. It's not like that. I laughed and cried at the same time. Suan. I truly like you. I like your tenderness and consideration. I like being the only one in your eyes. Or maybe liking someone has no reason. The way you stood in the rain that day made my heart flutter. I thought maybe you were the one. His eyes turned red. His voice trembled. And he reached out to wipe my tears. I know. Don't say anymore. I always feel like you're telling me we're breaking up. Don't leave me. Please. Suan. Do you love me? He almost didn't hesitate. Yes. I love you. No one loves you more than I do. But it was you who hurt me. I sniffed. Then I'll believe you this once. After all, it's not time yet. 2 days before the wedding, Suan and I returned to our respective homes. When he dropped me off, he held my hand tightly. Afraid I would run away. Lily, we're going to get married, right? I didn't respond. He comforted himself. Of course we'll get married. We will. That night, I secretly returned to the house filled with memories of him and me. I took everything that belonged to me. I even wiped away every strand of hair on the floor. I left behind the pile of broken gifts he had given me, and the wedding dress I had slashed to pieces. There was also the wedding planning diary and the engagement ring. I really wanted to see Suan's expression when he realized I was gone at the wedding. It must have been quite a sight. The day before the wedding, Clara updated her status again. The man I love is getting married tomorrow. And the bride isn't me. The photo showed her wrist cut, lying on a hospital bed. I drove out and waited at the hospital entrance wearing sunglasses. Soon, I saw Zhou Yinsuan arrive. Clara suddenly threw herself into his arms. Zhou Yinsuan stood there, not reaching out, but also not pushing her away. From a distance, I couldn't hear what they were saying. Clara pressed her head against his chest, crying uncontrollably. Strangely, I felt nothing this time. I suddenly recalled the second year of my relationship with Zhou Yinsuan. When our feelings were deep, I asked him, "Will you ever cheat on me and fall for a younger, more beautiful woman?" He brushed my face. "What are you talking about? Who could be as beautiful as you? Besides, if I could cheat, there wouldn't be any good men left in the world. I met you when I was 12, and we've been together since I was 25. You've been half of my life. How could I possibly fall for someone else?" It was all a lie. On my phone was a message from my senior classmate. "My advisor is a big shot. You'll love it here. I can't wait for you to come. You finally came around. I thought you were just messing around with your PhD application. I can't wait any longer. How long will it take you to get here? I'm setting off fireworks at the airport to welcome you." Watching the two of them confess their feelings to each other in the distance, I lowered my head and replied, "Tonight." All traces of me had been completely erased from Zhou Yinsuan's wedding room. I wrote in my wedding preparation diary in advance, 2 days until the wedding. I finally understand that one must love oneself first. It's not that I'm unworthy of love, it's that you're unworthy of my love. I have no issues. Wedding countdown, 1 day. This time seemed like an opportunity for you, but it was actually for me. I didn't want to feel resentful when we parted, so I watched your every move with a cold eye, seeing how you hurt me, how you felt at ease, until I looked at you and felt no love left, no ripples in my heart, and even began to find you utterly repulsive. Zhou Yinsuan. I've moved on. Then I packed my bags and turned off my phone. I boarded the plane without looking back. I must allow some people to briefly appear in my life. If I love the wrong person, I will bravely let go and boldly move forward. The road will eventually come to an end, but I am also very much looking forward to it. Zhou Yinsuan. I've also run away from tomorrow's wedding. Are you surprised? In my 3rd year in the UK, I dedicated myself entirely to my academic work and secured an assistant professor position. On the eve of graduation, my senior came to find me for a drink. I just returned to the country a few days ago. Guess who I saw? Who? It was your ex who was cheating on you. My senior was filled with righteous indignation. That dog of a man found me and was putting on a show of deep affection. Hearing his name again, I felt unusually calm. He went to find you? He didn't come for me. Anyway, you've already contacted every single one of your university classmates, right? But you told me not to tell him where you are. And you even had your family keep it a secret. How the hell would he find you? He's just a crazy lunatic. I clinked my glass with hers. I don't care about him anymore. Of course he's not worth your concern. Before I left, he asked me to bring you a wedding dress, saying he'd been waiting for you all along. How ridiculous. Who made him wait? I shrugged. It's all in the past. I won't feel resentful just because the outcome doesn't match the process. There are no wounds that can't be healed. No descents that can't be ended. Over the years, I've already let go. But you still secretly slipped this into my backpack. How despicable. I took it. It was the photo album I had asked him to make by hand. It was filled with photos of us, from when we were strangers to when we fell in love. It documented every moment of our relationship. Flipping to the last page, his strong, decisive handwriting read, "Lillian, I love you." My senior saw it too and glanced at me nervously. Hey, you're not moved, are you? I closed the album and threw it into the trash can. How could I be? If I were moved, it would only make me feel like all my efforts were a joke. My senior sighed in relief, but there's something else you might be interested in. From my senior, I heard Clara's story. She said it was quite a big deal in the domestic news. She apparently got caught cheating and was beaten up by the original partner. Then she tried to use a live stream to clear her name. But more dirt was dug up, saying she was a repeat offender. All the posts she made when she was chasing Zhou Yinsuan were dug up. Her secret crush diary backfired. And everyone was calling for her to be beaten. Knowing she was the third wheel and still going for it? Damn. This is making my breasts hurt. I didn't even know people could make cheating sound so innocent nowadays. Confessing her feelings before marriage and giving away her virginity? This woman is a goddess. If I were the male lead's fiancé, I'd beat her up myself. The woman is trash. But the man isn't innocent either. If he had any boundaries, she wouldn't have had so much drama. Everyone is now waiting for the outcome of this relationship. An insider claims the bride eloped on her wedding day. The male lead searched the entire city but couldn't find his missing bride. He's gone mad. Netizens are berating him, saying he deserves it. My senior said, I hope you never encounter these two unlucky people in your life. Whatever you say comes true. After I finished giving a speech as an outstanding PhD student, I saw Zhou Yinsuan backstage. He grabbed my wrist. Lily. I'm sorry. Can you just listen to my explanation? I pulled my hand away. And his eyes were filled with coldness. Does it matter? His face was pale. And he choked on his words. Lillian, you can't do this to me. Even criminals have the chance to give their testimony. You can't just sentence me to death like this. I looked calmly at the face I once loved. The outcome is already decided. It won't change just because you say you're sorry. And it won't change because you try to explain. He still wouldn't give up. Don't I deserve even a chance to make things right? Does it matter? When you said that disgusting thing about Victor chasing me, our future ended. I thought for a moment and continued. Perhaps I initially accompanied you in your charade with a hint of revenge. Enduring those so-called happy memories you spoke of. Clinging to a sliver of hope for you. But you remained unsatisfied. Only wanting to elope to humiliate me. Zhou Yinsuan. What else is there to say? I owe you nothing. I owe you. Zhou Yinsuan hurriedly explained. The red veins in his eyes more prominent. It's because I owe you that I came to find you. I wouldn't have run away from the wedding that day. I only recognized you as my bride. The only bride in my life. When I read novels, seeing the female lead leave the male lead after accumulating enough disappointment, I would eagerly anticipate the male lead's desperate pursuit to win her back. Thinking that his regret and guilt, along with his realization of her importance to him, were the greatest punishment for him. But now that this scenario has unfolded in my own life, I don't feel the same sense of vindication I imagined. Perhaps it's because their regret pales in comparison to the genuine feelings I once had for them. Our relationship ended 3 years ago. You should just leave. Zhou Yinsuan didn't leave. He bought the apartment across from mine and moved in. He comes to my school every day. He's been clinging to me for half a year. As if he's determined to spend the rest of his life with me. Sometimes I get so angry I yell at him, Zhou Yinsuan. Stop pretending to be so deeply in love. Can't you just stop? His eyes immediately well up with tears. Lillian. Please. Don't treat me like this. Please? I shouldn't have been so harsh. I shouldn't have said those hurtful words. I shouldn't have thought about running away to save your face. I truly love you. It's just that my ridiculous pride won't let me accept it. I know I was wrong. Please. Don't abandon me. I felt nothing inside. And even found it amusing. Zhou Yinsuan. You're really quite boring. I continued to ignore him. But I never imagined that Victor had somehow heard about him and followed him here. Sometimes I think they're truly cut from the same cloth, both performance-driven personalities. I must have killed someone or set fires in my past life to deserve these two lunatics in this one. On Christmas Day, both of them invited me to spend the holiday with them. I agreed. I wanted to settle things once and for all. Jo-Yin-Swin had booked a restaurant. And when I walked in, the place was already decorated with camellias. The joy on his face was genuine, but it vanished the moment he saw Victor appear behind me. "Why are you here?" Victor snorted coldly. "She called me." I placed my bag on the table and raised my chin. "You two sit down." "Lily." Jo-Yin-Suan called me. "Today." I'll say everything clearly here. We've known each other for 18 years. Now we're all 30 years old. Let's stop playing these childish games. I looked at Victor. I am grateful to you for being that ray of light when I was helpless. Perhaps I only loved that ray of light, not you. When you didn't respond and grew tired of me, I let go of that love. So Victor, I don't owe you anything. I'm telling you now. Your obsession with me is only because that obedient, timid girl has grown up into someone who no longer needs protection and doesn't revolve around you. You're just unwilling to accept that. I'm not a pawn in your game. So Victor, leave. It's better for both of us. Victor stared at me silently before turning and walking away. Watching his back, it felt like I had traveled back in time to see myself at 12. Hiding in the bathroom, hurt and insecure. But this time, it wasn't him who saved me. It was me who finally learned to fight back. It took a long time, but it's not too late. Is it? Lily, I know you once loved me. Truly loved me with all your heart. Jo-Yin-Kan might have realized what I was about to say. His face twisted in pain. My feelings for Jo-Yin-Kan were perhaps more complicated. I paused. As for Clara, he hurriedly explained, I never loved her. And I never touched her. I nodded, yes. You just wanted to vent that resentment toward me. Especially as the wedding approached. You felt more and more frustrated. I'm not lying to you. In the 5 years we were together, I was happy. I was sad. I was bitter. I was sweet. It was the feeling of love. It was my experience. And I once thought I would spend the rest of my life with you. But sometimes life is unpredictable. And I heard those words. I played along with you, using the things you wanted to use against me to hurt you back. Don't say anymore. Lily. 18 years. You want me to give up? How can I give up? Jo-Yin-Suan choked up, tears streaming down his face. What should I do to make you forgive me? Please tell me. I sighed. The three of us have been entangled for too long, we can't be happy. Besides, it's just like that wedding dress, once it's torn, it can't be mended. And even if you have a new one made, it won't fit right. This is the end of us. I stood up. So don't come looking for me. I can't bear the weight of your love. I won't look back. He grabbed his hair in agony. The future is so long. Isn't there even one chance for me? I looked at him and smiled. Jo-Yin-Suan, did you receive the painting I had your favorite artist paint for you when I was 23? He froze for a moment, and tears finally trickled down the corners of his eyes. We're completely over. Aren't we? I didn't say anything. Turning and leaving was my answer. What's missed is missed. I occasionally feel regret, but I don't regret it. When I closed the door, Jo-Yin-Suan was still standing there motionless. But I knew everything was over. Mountains and seas have their own time to return. Storms and rains meet freely. Unresolved feelings will eventually be reconciled. And everything will eventually turn out as desired. I also wish myself a life of endless seas, where I can enjoy myself to the fullest. Because there will always be a breeze in this world to fill my 10,000 dreams. Jo-Yin-Suan's side story. The day before the wedding, I felt unusually anxious for some reason. A message popped up in the group chat on my phone. Mr. Joe, are you still getting married tomorrow? Give us a definite answer. Yeah. We're going to go watch the spectacle and record Lillian's reaction. It's going to be hilarious. I kept opening and closing my phone, but Lillian hadn't sent a single message. I felt a bit irritated. I posted in the group chat, before the wedding, doesn't the bride usually contact the groom? Bro, none of us have been married before. How would we know? But generally speaking, she'd be so happy she can't sleep, right? She'd want to video call you and whisper sweet nothings. Not necessarily. Maybe she's shy. Joe Gu, you're asking this because you want to get married tomorrow, right? Do I want to? All the things I've done with Lillian lately keep popping up in my mind. My heart skipped a beat. A clear voice told me that I want to marry her. I'm not just playing around. I'm serious. After all, I've put my heart into it for so many years. I want to see her wearing loose pajamas, curled up on the carpet watching a movie. I want to see her pouting and saying, "You can't cook. Zhou Yin Suan. Come help me." I want to see her, so small, curled up in my arms, blushing and scolding me for being a pervert after just a few sweet words. Vivid, adorable, beautiful Lillian, in our shared home. I want to be with her forever. Thinking of this, I called her, but the phone was turned off. Something felt off. I asked in the group chat, and they said she might have been too tired and gone to sleep early. After all, getting married is a big deal. Maybe that's the case. I posted in the group chat, I'm getting married tomorrow. No one is allowed to skip it. You're not running away from the wedding. Are you, bro? Hey. Zhou Gu was just joking. How could you really not get married? Would you really run away and lose face? I turned off my phone, imagining Lillian in her wedding dress. She must look stunning. It's just a pity that the custom-made wedding dress was ruined. But it doesn't matter. No matter what she wears, she'll be the most beautiful bride. I thought of Zhou Yin. From now on, I would put away those petty thoughts and resentments and live a good life with her. The wedding venue felt eerie. I couldn't describe the feeling. Everything was proceeding as planned, with the MC on stage. But my mind was elsewhere. I didn't see Lillian. My heart was racing, as if something big was about to happen. When the host said, "Let's hear what the groom has to say," I suddenly snapped out of it. There was no such part. But the surround sound system had already started playing. I almost lost my balance and couldn't stop shaking. It was what I had said on the ship that day. I only chased Lillian to make Victor jealous. Now that I've got her, I don't find her interesting anymore. But I wasn't satisfied. So I ran away from the wedding to make her look bad. Isn't that fun? The venue erupted in chaos. Immediately, a video began playing on the large screen. The girl kissed me, though I dodged her at the time. But the moment was captured on camera. She posted the hotel room number on social media. And there was footage of me entering the room. She said she was going to kill herself. So I just told her not to do anything stupid and comforted her because I was afraid she wouldn't give up. We're both lost souls. So I understand the bitterness of silently loving someone. There's also a photo of her hugging me and crying at the hospital entrance. That was when she decided to give up on me. And I couldn't bring myself to push her away. Nothing ever happened between us. But for some reason, my heart feels like it's shattering into pieces at this moment. Lillian knows. She knew all along. She knew I didn't want to marry her. Yet she still insisted on playing along. I suddenly recalled all the memories we shared. She gave me so many chances. And finally, after accumulating enough disappointment, she left. Zhou Yin Suan, you're the one who betrayed her. You deserve to die. I got into a fight with Victor. You're not human. He punched me in the face. I had emotions I needed to vent. So I punched him back fiercely. What the hell are you? Victor sneered. Yeah. I'm not a good person. I coveted her. I wasted 10 years of my life on a good girl. And now I regret it. What are you going to do about it? Zhou Yin Suan. Do you know how much I envied you back then? I never got her. I hurt her. I thought you were different. But you're such a bastard. She was with you for 3 years. Not 3 days. And you treated her like this? I sat on the ground, feeling defeated. I couldn't imagine how she felt when she heard those words. She must have given up on me. So she eloped without a word. She didn't leave a single message for me. But when I left the wedding venue in a daze, I received a custom-made gift from 3 years ago. It was painted by my favorite artist. In the painting, everything was silent. A slender girl was crouched on the ground, her eyes filled with tears, looking up at a boy holding an umbrella. That was us at 23. It was painted by Lillian at 25 on the day we confirmed our relationship. After 3 years, it finally reached my hands. The card read, "This is a gift from 25-year-old Lillian to her future Zhou. Perhaps at that moment, I heard the sound of my heart beating. Holding the painting, I couldn't stop crying. Would the 23-year-old Zhou want to kill the 28-year-old version of himself? I had become the laughingstock of all of Washington, D.C. They said my bride had eloped on our wedding day. In front of everyone. She left 2 men fighting over her. And neither of them were good men. They said someone like me shouldn't have gotten involved with her. I didn't listen to anyone. I desperately wanted to see her again. I searched every corner of Washington, D.C. But I couldn't find her. I finally understood the desperation she must have felt when I went missing and she was searching for me. It was as if she had deliberately erased all traces of herself. No one knew where she had gone. When I hired someone to investigate, all I got was, "Mr. Zhou, please don't make this difficult for me." Of course. She had already started preparing to leave the moment she heard those words from me. How could she possibly let me find her? It was my fault. True departure isn't about a big fight, it's about leaving silently. Lillian has truly given up on me. When I realized this, the bitterness in my heart was almost enough to corrode me. I returned to the wedding room. Every trace of her existence was gone. She did this on purpose. She deliberately left me not even a single memory. She severed herself from my life in a ruthless and heartless manner. She was truly ruthless. I searched every room. Finally, in the study, I found the things she left behind. They were the gifts I had given her. All shattered. She used this method to draw a line between us, telling me she found my gifts repulsive. There was also the wedding dress we had custom-made in Italy. There was a long scratch on it. It ran from the waist down to the hem. I remember half a year ago when we went to have it made. She was so happy she was jumping up and down, saying she had finally found the designer she wanted. She said she wanted to be the most beautiful bride on our wedding day. At that time, her eyes were filled with stars. But I, for the sake of so-called face, for the sake of so-called resentment and revenge, I hurt the person I loved. I hurt her true feelings. Many times, I too understood that Lillian's feelings for me were genuine, passionate, and that she wanted a future with me. We spent countless nights together, whispering the most beautiful words of love, promising to be together forever. But I lost her. My ridiculous pride, driven by jealousy because she once loved someone else, consumed me. I forgot the beautiful memories we once shared. Those wedding planning diaries are proof of her love for me. But now they feel like knives stabbing my heart. When I flip through them, tears flow uncontrollably. I hold the wedding dress tightly in my arms. alone in the empty house, with only my tears falling silently. I want to spend the rest of my life making it up to her. But she will never see me again. I started drinking heavily and staying out late, numbing myself with alcohol. I told everyone I was married, that I had a beautiful wife whom I had loved for over a decade before finally winning her heart. I often cried and laughed while looking at the chat logs with her on my phone. Everyone said I had gone mad. I wasn't mad, I just missed her so much. Clara came looking for me again. I didn't see her, but she wouldn't give up. Finally, she caught me at the bar and blocked my way. Again. What are you doing? What am I doing? I'm drinking. After Lillian left, I lost all interest in life. I dare not go back to that house, it's filled with memories of her. But there's no trace of her scent. The only way to vent my emotions is through drinking, only by indulging myself can I find relief. Clara. Get out. Okay? She walked up and hugged me. She's so old. She's wasted so much of your time. Why won't you look at me? I'm young. And more importantly, I love you. I've loved you with everything I have for 10 years. You're the only one in my eyes and heart. I'm so much cleaner than her. Cleaner? I pushed her away forcefully, but my eyes felt a bit bitter. I haven't slept well. Every time I close my eyes, it's all Lillian's shadow. I thought avenging her would bring me satisfaction, but it didn't. I just felt a pain so intense I couldn't breathe. From 12 to 28. 16 years. I lost her. I regret it so much. I really regret it. Without warning, I covered my face and broke down crying. Clara tried to come over, but I looked up at her coldly. If you don't want to disappear from Washington, D.C., then get out. And the Zhou family's financial support for you ends here. That night, I returned to the wedding room I had shared with Lillian. I lay on the floor of the study, hugging the wedding dress and curling up into a ball. 3 years later, I finally heard that she had graduated with her PhD. I flew over without hesitation. I wanted to see her. I wanted to tell her I was sorry. But she was cold and distant toward me. It seemed like she really didn't love me anymore. I didn't believe it. We had loved each other for so many years, how could she just stop loving me like that? So I stayed, hoping to win her back like I had back then. A good woman fears a persistent suitor. If I lowered my stance, she'd see how soft-hearted I was. Right? But she truly didn't want to see me at all. Later, Victor also came. I had already let go of my feelings for him. Looking back now, I realized how ridiculous my jealousy had been back then. But Lillian had arranged for us to talk things out. After 18 years of love, she said she didn't want it anymore. I finally understood, both Victor and I had lost. Though I was the one who fell in love first. And though I was the one who had her, I had lost completely. Years passed. Every year, I flew to England multiple times, just to catch a glimpse of her from afar. At 35, I saw her sitting on an outdoor chair, holding a little pink bundle. The sunlight filtered through the clouds, kissing her cheek. The little girl's eyebrows and eyes were just like hers. In the distance, a tall, handsome Chinese man bought an ice cream and handed it to her. She smiled, still as beautiful as ever. But she didn't belong to me anymore. When I turned around, I saw Victor standing behind me. He was just silently watching them. After a long time, the three of them disappeared into the street. And Victor finally spoke. Lillian shouldn't have known either of us. He glanced at me. Can. When you were jealous of me back then, did you ever think that one day I'd be jealous of you? But in the end, neither of us held her hand tightly. I sighed softly. Victor, we're both jerks. Jerks don't deserve love. For the rest of my life, I only hope she can live in peace and joy, happy and healthy. In a future without us.